Would you ever back to the corporate world, you think, after you started this?
Never. No, never. The corporate world is cold and unfeeling, and they really don't care. You know, they really don't care about their employees. They don't even care about your successes.
Yeah.
There's an adage they use in IT that you're only as good as your last month. And because of that, I would never go back.
Yeah.
Never, ever, ever go back.
Yeah.
So I've had, and for some reason, the managers are always the worst possible person to be a manager. I would say that's in 80% of the time is the worst.
Yeah.
20% you just have an amazing manager. But I would say 80% of the time you have a terrible manager.
Yeah.
And the really good managers have a really tough time because, you know, they are also working with people who aren't really qualified for the position, or they're in a higher position and they kind of abuse their power. So you don't see the best rising to the top in a lot of cases. So, and because of that, it kind of makes working in corporate kind of shitty.
How is structured? So the most brave ones, they sitting next to the stage normally?
Well, you believe it or not, you actually have to convince people to sit at the front of the stage.
You have to convince
and
people.
I'm actually very good at that. So because I say, you know, by the way, we really need people to sit at the front.
Yeah.
You'd be helping me out a lot if you wouldn't mind sitting at the front. I promise nobody will pick on you.
Yeah.
Now, yeah, I'm lying. But as it is, everyone who sits in the front has a great time.
Yeah.
So you really can't fault them for it. And now my soda. I finally got my soda.
Yeah, but that's part of the show. It's part of the fun, actually. If you go to
it really is. As a matter of
Yeah.
fact, we had Kumar up last night, and there was a guy sitting in the front, and it was his birthday a few days earlier, so Kumar brought him up on stage, and wow, one of the funniest exchanges I have seen in a long time. He worked in finance. He met his girlfriend on the rooftop of his condo, and Kumar had a heyday with it, and the audience just ate it up. I think one thing that that people like more than I think any type of comedy is they like to see audience participation.
Yeah.
They like when somebody in the audience is up on stage. They like to see when you're interacting with the people in the front row, even the second row. That's always very, very enjoyable. So I actually get people up on the audience. I give them like a free drink if they can do these like little quiz that I do for them. And the audience just loves that stuff. So I've seen some comedians who are just brilliant at crowd work. Papa CJ, a very well-known Indian comedian, he was doing a show here, and he, after 1 hour of being on stage, we had the lights up, he was walking through the audience. After an hour, he actually turned and said, gee, I haven't even started my comedy routine. Maybe I should start doing that. But the audience was having a great time. Yeah. And so I think people really like that when the crowd work that happens. So it keeps them engaged, and it keeps everybody kind of excited, and that's why you see the magician comedians do very well, because they'll get a volunteer up, and everyone loves to see that. They don't want to be that person, but they all like to see it. And I never struggled getting people to come up on stage to do my silly little games. Though the funny thing is, I do see a lot of people. I'm now seeing a lot of repeat customers. So I'll be actually looking in the front row, and I realize I can't choose the guy because he's seen the show before. So I have to actually go, okay, is this your friend who hasn't been here before? Did you tell him what I'm about to do? And they were like, no, I haven't. Okay, then your friend can come up.
Yeah.
Right? So now we're seeing a lot of regulars. We used to have this one guy. He would bring a different girl every week to the show. And I went up to him one time and I said, hey, I said, what are you doing? His name was Daniel. I said, what are you doing with it's a different girl every week. He said, well, I bring them here because I want to see how they respond to comedy, and because I like comedy and jokes and stuff. Yeah. So that'd be something that we'd have in common. And as it was, he actually owned a very successful company. And this one time, he came in with this girl in a red dress, and she was stunning. I have never seen any girl who even came close to the other ones you brought in. And I was like, wow. The next week he came back and he had a different girl. And I went up, I took him aside and said, what happened to that gorgeous girl in the red dress? He was like, oh, Lemon, she was the craziest one out of all of them. She wanted me to buy her a condo. It was our first date.
What?
And I'm like, I said, are you kidding me? He said, no. He said, she was the worst of it. And he said, you know, he said, when you actually have a very successful company and you have a lot of money, he said, you have to be really careful on who you date because you don't know what you're getting into because they'll seem really sweet and then it can change quite quickly when they realize how much money's involved. That's why he brought all these, and the last girl he brought here, I think he's still dating her. And she, to be honest, out of all the ones that he brought before and that I met, she was really down to earth. And she was actually, had a really fun time with the show, and she kind of interacted with the people around her. And I think that's what he was looking for in a date. So it's nice to see when you have your regulars, because you kind of get caught up in their lives as well. We had a couple of Longmos came out here, and as soon as they came out, they started to become regulars. Yeah. And so now, and you can't miss them because they're so tall. They're taller than you. So, and you're quite tall for Singapore.
Yeah, they cannot be here.
Yeah, all right, put them in the second row or the third row because they'll block everybody. They're two big lads. Yeah. So maybe a booth over there so that they're not blocking the entire thing. And as it is too, they kind of lean back and slouch because they know that in Singapore, they're so much taller than the rest. Yeah. That's another thing I love about Singapore. Here, I'm slightly above average height. In Canada, I'm short. Yeah. Because they're all hockey players. They're all your height and twice your width.
What's the meaning of life for you?
Take care of your health before you take care of anything else. Without your health, you can't do anything. Everything is not, you can't enjoy your family, you can't enjoy your job, you can't enjoy your free time without your health. So always take care of your health. So, you know, watch what you eat. Don't really smoke as much as most people do. You know, don't overindulge. You know, things like that. Because I actually I had prostate cancer 3.5 years ago, almost 4 years ago now, and it was a real shock. So, and I caught it very early, so I'm 100% cured. So, but if you don't catch these things early, then it's a death sentence. So if I had actually waited 1 more year, I'd be fighting for my life right now, and probably losing. Yeah. So that's why I always tell people: take care of your health, be healthy, and then you'll just enjoy everything so much more. So that's really my mantra. Like, matter of fact, on Monday, I go on the wagon, no more boozing. I have to go on my restrictive, where I start my calorie counting diet, and then I go to do my gym 5 times a week. I don't do anything spectacular in the gym. I'm that middle-aged guy you see with like the 10 kilo weights going. That's me. So, but it actually all helps. And after about 6 months, those will be 20 kilo weights. Yeah. So, whereas I'll see all of the big muscle guys. Actually, the big muscular guys are the ones who are the most supportive. So every time, if you've been going to the gym for more than 3 months, when you come in, they're always like, "Hey, get it!" Because they're always there. Yeah. Right? Because they're always fit as a fiddle. So that's my thing. Be healthy, and if you're healthy, you'll enjoy everything else so much more.